Hey, good evening, family. This is the Real Word Show. This is your boy, Pastor Santa. Come on with my co-host, my man, my brother.
What's up, y'all? This is your host. You know, I always got to jump in from the back pause. This is Ricard. I thank you for joining us on the 25th episode of The Real Word.
Yes.
Got next 50 total episodes. Shout out to everybody that's been watching from the very beginning. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting. Shout out to everybody that's been just pushing the movement and helping us to get thus far. We got a familiar face with us today. What's your name, miss?
Judy Sofren.
Shout out to Judith for always coming through and showing support. We just want to thank you all for all the support, because without you we wouldn't be here, we wouldn't take it this far. It's one thing for us to be consistent, but it's another thing for you guys to be consistent with us, to support the show, support every movement that we ever did, and we thank you for that. Right, Sanders?
That's a fact. I'm telling you, we can't do this without you. Like I said, everybody needs a team. No one person can do everything by themselves. You know, when we all come together, we can all make a difference. And like I said, we have a lot of big things coming up. We're just waiting us to becoming a non-for-profit, and trust me, we want you guys to participate. We want you guys to make a difference in your church and your community, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Ministry is all about service. Ministry is all about showing and exhibiting the love of God. So we want to give a shout out to Judith, who's here. Anything you want to say to the people?
Hi, everybody. I'm glad to be back.
Yes, yes.
And congratulations to Judith, because she drove here today.
Oh, wow. We got to tell the world that.
Yeah. Shout out to Judith.
Yes, I drove here.
Purchase. Shout out to Judith. You know, all these independent women doing their thing. Shout out to y'all, you know.
Thanks.
So Judith, tell us a little bit about what happened this weekend. You guys had the young adult ministry cookout or cooking class?
Yeah, so Franco-Haitian, the Young Adult Ministries, my partner Naomi and I,
Shout out to Naomi.
Yep, shout out to her. We had a cooking class yesterday evening sponsored by Natural Nibbles Cooking School. Natural Nibbles is part of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, but they serve the community. They're on Lafayette Avenue, just in case anyone wants to know, right by the Barclays Center. And like, we had young adults from early 20s, married, single in their 30s come out. And what's so interesting is that even though we had a lot of people sign up, like men and women, for the most part, it was majority males in the cooking class.
Because they came to find females.
I don't know about that. But and you know what? Part of the application, part of the process for people to sign up for the cooking class, we had them fill out an application. And in the application, we asked them, why do you want to be a part of the cooking show?
Wow.
And the male, 100% of the men, what did they say? They said they want to learn how to cook, either for their wives, if they were currently married, or for their future wives. 100% of the guys said that. I was like, oh my gosh.
Why
Like,
are you so surprised about that?
because their motivation for wanting to learn how to cook is to serve a woman.
That's what's important.
And so I was like, wow.
We're not talking about peasants or clowns, but any real king want to serve his queen. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, you know, we if we love a woman, we care about a woman, a queen in general. You know, we're talking about queens out here. You know, you want to cook for her. You want to assist her. You want to tell her, listen, babe, look, you worked hard this week. I already took care of everything. Go to a spa, get your massage, get your nails done, get your hair done, get your feet done, all that. Like that's what we love. That.
That's right.
Yeah, they're out there. Things are out there. I'm telling you.
And so I was so happy to see that and to read that and see that. So they came out and we cooked pasta. Well, I'm not going to tell you guys everything, because we had a set crew. We had a film crew who was filming the entire thing. So there's a show that's going to come out. So stay tuned.
That's what's
yeah.
up. Yo, shout out to the Federation, man. I see right now, to be honest with you, I'm not trying to take shots, but I feel like, well, to be honest with you, like the Franco-Haitian Federation is really holding it down right now. I'm telling you, they got Church of Laugh coming out
this weekend. Rally Day, Franco-Haitian Youth Federation Rally Day.
They doing it, and I would just, you know, this is not competition. I just want to just suggest, you know, from Brooklyn to Queens to Manhattan to the Bronx, that, you know, like we're here for you. You know what I'm saying? Get involved, like be motivated. You know, love God, because at the end of the day, the reason why I feel like the federation is doing what they need to do because a lot of people really love God, and I'm recommending and I'm encouraging guys, love God. We're losing a lot of our young people from gang violence and drug activity and so many things. Love God and be passionate about God, because when you serve God, you win at the end of the day.
That's right.
I'm telling you,
That's right. Yep. So it was fun. We had a really great time.
Mm-hmm.
Really great time. Shout out to Andre. Shout out to Stefan. Shout out to our sound guy. He came out at the last minute.
Was that Nate?
No, actually, it was a stranger to us. Like, he was a shout out to Nolan too, Nolan Roy, because he hooked us up with him. And all the people who came out and supported the cooking show. Shout out to you guys.
That's beautiful.
Special shout out to Larry and Barrington Thompson that recently got married on Thursday. Barrington, I've known him for over 20 years. We met since elementary school. So shout out to him. Shout out to Lair, his queen. It was a beautiful wedding out in Belize. I was just happy I was a part of that. Shout out to the people of Belize, of the country of Belize, because they showed me so much love, man. I was able to walk through the village, walk through the hood by myself, and everybody showed me love. Everybody treated me good. I ate good, slept good, and it was just a piece of paradise that I'll carry with me forever. So shout out to Belize, shout out to Barrington, shout out to Lynn.
Nice.
That is what's up. We want to talk about this topic. This choose to talk about the situation with Anthony Bourdain and also our sister who recently passed away as well too,
Kate Spade.
Kate Spade. And we want to basically ask, with suicide, what's your thoughts about that, Judith?
Suicide is, as much as people might think is a trending topic, it's really not a trending topic. It's something that's been going on for a while. And actually, the young adult ministry of Franco-Haitian, we actually did a workshop on that in March, addressing mental health and suicide and depression, anxiety, all of these things that people are facing. And it hit so close to home for me. Even in January of this year, a friend from high school, well, I would say an acquaintance from high school, committed suicide. She was a Haitian American girl, just like me. And it's just like, what is happening? What is going on? And why? And honestly, I feel that it's because people don't have hope. Honestly, people don't have God in their lives. And the world doesn't realize that the more we take God out of our everything, it's the more hopeless people feel.
That's a fact.
Like, I just remember, because it's the end of the school year, because high school ends early due to Regents Week, and I was giving some of my students, my sophomore students, a gift to be able to remember their year by, and it was like a photo frame with some nice quotes on it, and one of the quotes said, "He has a plan for me." It wasn't outrageous, it didn't say God, it just said, "He has a plan for me." And I guess one of the other teachers saw it, and they found out that it was from me. It was a gift from me.
Wow.
And he said, I know that was a really nice gift that you gave the students, but I just would advise you to be careful, because even that, you could get in trouble for that. I'm just warning you. And I said, yes, I understand. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate that. And I walked away. But I was just so, really? Like, he has a plan for me, and that can cause me to get a write-up or get in trouble, because I work for the public school system. I work for the Department of Education, and God is not in any of the curriculums. It's not in our system.
I think you need to be a principal. That's what you need to do. I'm serious.
Yes.
You need to be a principal and start up your own school. I'm telling you.
It's sad.
When we get it together, we're going to make something work. Because at the end of the day, that's what you need. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, these kids need hope. Especially these young children. Yeah. They go through bullying, which is unacceptable. Thank God Jeremiah can never be touched. You heard? You know what I'm saying? The streets is watching. And, motivating the young people, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of things that are going on in the atmosphere. People are being encouraged to being a troll. We got trolls out here. We got the president out here disrespecting women and disrespecting people of different races. And the other day I heard this guy who got who got separated from his family. He committed suicide.
Wow.
So it's real out here, man.
Yeah.
It's really real out here.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah. And shout out to I Serve and shout out to Marlo because Marlo works hard in regards to speaking with kids in regards to suicide and depression and drug use and all that. And he had recently a summit out in the Mount of Olives out in Connecticut. I thank I Serve and I thank Marlo for inviting me and being part of that. You know, a couple people were out there. Shout out to Randy, shout out to Kirk, shout out to Ricketts, Andre Ricketts, shout out to Gasmere, Bowson, and a couple other people. Shout out to Mildred, who's always on the show. She was out there too. Shout out to Rachel. Even me, when I was there, like I was speaking to the youth about drugs, and it was a little girl. She was probably like maybe 6 or 7. She was like, "Oh yeah, my dad goes with me to go buy drugs, and he takes drugs and beat my mom." So like, these are the things that like these kids is growing up and having to deal with. So like, of course, it's gonna affect them when they get older.
That's right.
But we all fall short, you know. So who are we to judge? The only thing we could do is support these people during these difficult times, because a lot of people, when they kill themselves, they feel alone.
That's a fact.
Or they feel like they're inadequate, or they're not as great as they used to be. Like Kate Spade, for example, she used to sell the handbags, and she felt like she I think she started a second brand, and it wasn't doing as good as the first brand. Then her husband was planning on divorcing her. She wrote a suicide note, ask your father. So she basically told the kids, ask your father, because he's the reason why I killed myself.
I'm telling you. Listen, people are going through it. The thing is that people feel that money, fame, you know, getting your degree, that's where success is at. At the end of the day, it's about having God. Like Cersei, a relationship with God is very, very key, because a lot of times we go through things in our lives, and you know, we have someone to cry on to, we have someone to pray too, which is beautiful, because a lot of times, you know, there are people who go through similar situations that you go through, and they don't know how to, you know, handle themselves, and this is what is the beauty of being a Christian and everything like that. But I would also encourage each and every one, you know, try God, and also too, we as a people, we got to be accountable for each other. We got to check up on our friends. We got to be there for our friends. We got to be more loving, because at the end of the day, you don't know what people go through. People go through some real life situations, you know what I'm saying? People that can hold you accountable and pick you up. We need that. You know, we need that. And that's why I appreciate the people that I got in my life, you know what I'm saying? So we got to do that. We got to be a little bit more accountable for each other. Just a little bit more, you know? And see what we could do. Because like I said, at the end of the day, you may think a person is normal. You think a person he's smiling, he got it. But inside, he's hurting. And there's a lot of people that I talk to, they got it, they doing their thing, they making moves, but inside they're hurting because they need God. That's why anytime somebody tell me, listen, pray for me, I'm gonna call you right then and then, I'm gonna pray for you. Because you know, sometimes, you know, people forget, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm gonna pray for you, but they don't pray for you. You feel me? So I think it's very important and very vital that we just gotta be a little bit more accountable and responsible for each other, and really show love for one another, because people are really going through it right now.
It looks like we got some comments, do we?
Yeah, we do. My man Rosa says hello. Rosa Gonzale. Salute to you. Yeah.
Shout out to Rosa.
Yeah. My homegirl Shannon. Shout out to you, Queen. That's my homegirl right there. My man Mike. Shout out to you, my man.
Which Mike is this?
You know which Mike? The only Mike.
Mike Ishnadi?
Yeah, Mike, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, shout out to Mike Ishnadi.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a couple Mikes, like 3 or 4.
That's a fact, yeah, that's a fact. But
I know a lot of Mikes.
Yeah, that's true. Eric from Massachusetts, from Lancaster.
Shout out to Eric, always showing love.
Yeah, I want to shout out his uncle, man, because his uncle, when I was 25 years old, he gave me the opportunity to speak for Southern New England camp meeting, over 15,000 people there. I want to shout out his family, Pastor Ronald G. Baptiste.
Hello, somebody.
Pastor G. Baptiste as well, too. Yeah, you know that's a good. Listen, that's a good guy, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like these Haitian pastors kind of gave him a very hard time. Shame on you for giving him a hard time, because you know he's a very flamboyant pastor. Like to dress nice, love people. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout.
Why is that in ministry? Whenever you try to dress nice and you like nice things, people
think you flamboyant.
They hate on me. We got the streets on our corner. They gonna be. I don't know.
That is true, because I went to a church in Jersey last week, Saturday, and there was a man, he came to do a special selection, and he was wearing those, well, first of all, his like shirt was very tight. He was wearing a black shirt, and then he had like the vest on top of it, like the sleeveless vest on top of it.
But he dressed right?
But it was so tight. It was so tight, and like I thought something, but my cousin was sitting next to me. She was like, She made a sound effect, and I was like, "What was that for?" Like, what? She was like, "I'm gonna tell you later," but she really thought it was like he was gay, you know?
But
like,
honestly, though,
we're not talking about flamboyant as in gay. We're talking about flamboyant as in like
dressing nice.
Like,
No. Pastor Ronald, like, he knows how to dress nice. Like, I remember in Florida, like, he put me on. That's why you see my suit game is on a different type of level right now. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he dressed nice. I'm talking about like looking right, and you know what I'm saying. And you know, so I want to shout him out. You know, I don't know about that. You know, that like you know another person too before he passed away with all dressed nice. My man Flair Bazin. You don't think so?
I don't remember. I don't remember his fashion. I just remember his personality, like how he was with the youth.
But Flair Bazin used to always dress nice. That's a fact. Like fitted suit, none of that long stuff, looking right, looking tight. You know what I'm saying? Smooth with the sisters.
And he was high attitude.
Looking fresh. Looking very, very, very fly. So I'm gonna shout out Pastor Ronald, always looking out for the guy, always looking out for the kid. I want to shout out to him, and like I said, we here to support you 100%, you and your family, for what your family did for me. Like I said, next we gotta make sure Ricardo does a camp meeting next. That's what we need to do after this.
Speaking of camp meeting, y'all gonna support Northeastern camp meeting? It's the 30th and the 7th of July.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, if we have to go, we have to go. I'm not, you know, I'm really hyped about Franco right now. I'm really thinking about Franco.
That's in August.
That's in August, so I'm just excited for what God is doing. I want to shout out Ernst who's watching, Patricia Cadet.
Hey Patricia, hey Ernst, what's up?
Then we got this person named Mussolino Junior Edmond. I don't know whose friend is that. Shout out to you for watching us and everything like that.
So tomorrow, Tuesday, is the summit in Singapore with North Korea and Donald Trump. Recently, Donald Trump, they had the what was it, the G7?
G7, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, Trump was lobbying for them to be a G8 again, for Russia to join back in within them, and basically, our president's not really political. He's not really diplomatic, so he just speaks like he's on the street. So he was basically saying that how Germany and Canada, they had high tariffs on us on products that come in. Milk, for example, that's imported from Canada is 200 times the amount when it comes into America because of tariffs. If anyone don't know what tariff is, it's taxes. So we tax that at 200% on milk that's coming from Canada. German cars are taxed, I think, at 30%. That's why the foreigns are expensive, like the Benzes, the BMWs, and things of that nature. So Trump was like, enough of that. We don't want to deal with that no more. So Trump was basically threatening them, we're going to raise tariffs and put like tariffs on you if you don't lower your tariffs. And it was like, huh? It was like, this is not how it goes, because basically like the G7 is like a club. It's like a club of leaders from around the world. And he was like, I am put my boy Putin down in his club too. So like he was creating like all kind of like riffraff and back and forth. Some people said that it was like an awakening, like a rude awakening, the way he was doing things. And tomorrow he has the meeting with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un, and is it Kim Jong-un or Kim Jong-un?
You got it right.
Kim Jong. That's it.
Yeah, so like he has a meeting with him tomorrow in Singapore. But ironically enough, they're not bringing in their military people and their diplomats. They're just having a one-on-one conversation. The first conversation is going to be in private with just the translators, and the second is going to be like a more formal in front of the cameras. So they're saying that they're just creating the lines of communication where they could work in regards to things going forward. I guess one of the things they're trying to do is trying to make North Korea get rid of their nuclear weapons.
I think it's something that he wants to do. He wants to do that.
Yeah, he wants to do that.
He wants stability.
Yeah, because this country's starving right now.
That's a fact.
But I also did a little research on North Korea, and they make a lot of money off of hacking into other people's computers. They make a lot of money off of slavery, and they make a lot of money off of selling drugs like crystal meth and things of that nature.
Wow.
So that's where they make a lot of money in Korea, in North Korea.
Wow. But I think didn't Trump and the president of North Korea, didn't they I remember they did a handshake, they met across the lines.
That was them in South Korea.
Okay, that was the South Korea and North Korea coming together again. Okay, the peace treaty. Okay, that all right.
Yeah.
So it's now
Daniel never ended the war.
Right.
Still in war. They just
so it's this is okay.
Yeah.
So cool.
So basically, Trump is saying credit that he's a better president than Obama because he was the first U.S. president in years to sit down with the Koreans.
Don't get me wrong. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's things I don't like about Trump. At all, but there are things that he's doing that are good,
For example, yeah,
you gotta keep it real. I didn't vote for him. I'm not gonna vote for him again. You see what I'm saying? Because he's very disrespectful. But you gotta respect in regards to what he said he's gonna do for his people, for his base. He's done for his base. You see what I'm saying? But in regards to for small businesses, I like what he's doing for small businesses. I like also what he's doing in regards to. The situation with the bakery situation where he didn't need to give the cake to a gay married couple. I'm with that. You see what I'm saying?
There was the other thing he did with Kim Kardashian, and they let a prisoner who is in jail for life, they granted her mercy.
Yeah.
There's a legal term for it, but a president can basically pardon a prisoner.
Yeah, presidential pardon. They pardon a lot of people.
A lot of people and stuff like that. So there's things that I like that he's doing, but overall, would I vote for him? Is he my guy? No, he's not my guy.
So what you say, Sanders, he's making America great again?
This is what it is. What I said. Listen, I think he's doing the best. I think he's doing the best that he can do for what he can do. You know what I'm saying? I just think that we as a people, we just need to bring awareness to him. If I had a meeting with Trump, I would tell Trump, listen, man, I feel like all due respect, you're a great man in regards to what you have, but if you want to be a greater man, you talk about the Bible, you need to know how to love. You don't know how to love, you know? You don't call people out when they're wrong. For example, the way it seems, the way you talk, it seems like you endorse the KKK. It seems like you endorse the neo-Nazis. It seems like you endorse white supremacy. And you have to be clear. You have to show through your action. You have to know how to love. You shouldn't be calling women fat pigs or fat blobs and everything like that. You shouldn't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? I would tell him that straight up in his face. You gotta do more. Like Puerto Rico. What's up with Puerto Rico? Why Puerto Rico is still suffering? Puerto Rico is part of the United States. So I would tell him that you gotta do a little bit more better as a president. I think we need to speak truth to power. You know what I'm saying?
Just don't get caught out there being Sanders West.
Nah, I'm not gonna be no Sanders West. Nah, I'm gonna put on video. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna put it on video on Facebook, like you see me putting on Facebook. I'm like, listen, you gotta do a little bit better in regards to taking care of people that are not just white people. Because you was on it when Alabama and Texas had their situation, but when Puerto Rico had their situation, you didn't even handle that. And then people in Puerto Rico committed suicide because they didn't get the assistance that they needed. You feel me? So you got to speak truth to power. You got to do a little bit more, a lot more better in regards to that. And I feel like that's what it is. He's the president. It is what it is. I didn't vote for him. I didn't want him. I wanted Bernie. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
But you gotta do a little bit better. You gotta care for poor people. You gotta care for colored people. You can't be, separating families, which is unacceptable, period. So we gotta speak truth to power and let them know, no, we're not with it. We gotta call it. For example, this thing that Obama did, I didn't like. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But you gotta speak truth to power.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah.
So you got other talking points, Judith?
Talking points? Well, I
have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you guys, how you feel about the situation with LeBron?
Oh wow! Oh my God! I feel so bad for him.
I don't feel bad.
I feel
don't feel bad
for him. And also, it's like the other side. It's like the human side, but then also the political side, because you know the NBA is a business, and they're all doing these things for ratings and money. So it's like, oh dang! I don't know. I don't know.
Listen. I gotta say something, right? Just to cut you off. First and foremost, I think LeBron is an amazing human being.
Yeah.
He's always giving back to his community.
Yes.
He put his mans on, like you see, like all of his friends, they all have their business and they're making money. So I respect LeBron for that. I feel like what he's done for the NBA, he's contributed a lot, and I give all my kudos and my salutes to the king. He's king. Now, however, this is my thing with LeBron now. See, people need to understand with the NBA. Like, I'm gonna salute him for what he did, also to how he brought his team
that far.
Yes,
but
yes. But you understand something with the NBA.
Yes.
It's like, you know, you gotta have a team.
Yeah.
You know, Jordan, he had a team.
Right.
You follow me? Kobe, he had a team. And the Golden State Warriors, they got a team. You know.
But shout out to Katie because he a sucker.
That's a fact.
I mean,
that's a fact.
A lot of people forgot that LeBron did the same thing. Like when he went to Miami Heat,
he started that whole thing.
Yeah, he did. He really did. So we can't not knock KD now.
Do you think that he's gonna join Golden State?
LeBron? Come on, no.
If he does that, that'd be crazy.
That would be ridiculous.
If he does that, that'd be crazy.
That would.
I think he would probably join maybe the Celtics or the Sixers or maybe LA, maybe the Lakers. I would say. Or even the Rockets, maybe.
But if he does Golden State, it's over.
That would not be a good move. Now that would change a whole generation of basketball players to only see the ring. But
it's all about the ring, though.
Everyone knew it was about the ring, but it was also about the game.
It's about the love of the game.
Yes, but now they just that would be
something. Just for the ring, man. They want the ring. They want to surpass Jordan. They want that.
Oh my God!
And my man Steph, he's there, yo.
But Bill Russell got more rings than Jordan. He got 11 rings.
But it's not. I've heard that. My well, you know, the guys in my life were talking to me about basketball and explaining that there are people. The guys we're talking to. Guys in my life. Yeah, and they were like, there are a lot of basketball players who have way more rings than Jordan. Way more. Yeah. But it's like you could be a bench warmer. Yeah. And your team makes it to the finals, and your team wins the championship, and you get a ring too.
Like Robert Ory, you just come off the bench and
win the game. You could be a bench warmer and never play any minutes, and your team wins, you win too.
What's the crazy thing is that with Golden State, their bench is nice. They got nothing but shooters in their bench. The top rosters, they're nothing but shooters. You know, so at the end of the day. It's looking good, man. And they're humble about it, too, which is beautiful. I like their humility.
Yeah.
The humility is amazing. Remember, that coach played for Jordan, too. He played with Jordan. So that coach is official. He's a winner. Yeah. He knows how to get that back.
So Jordan, the reason why his rings mean a lot more is because he played and earned those rings.
No, but that's why. But he had a team. He had Tony Kukoc.
Yes, he did.
He had Dennis Rodman. He had a team. No one person can do everything.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how you win.
Even their coach, Phil Jackson. I think Phil Jackson has 11 or 12 rings, right?
That's a fact.
Yeah. That's why he's a very popular, very famous coach.
I think he got 6 rings with Jordan, 5 with Kobe, and then he got 1 as a player or something.
Yeah, facts.
And then didn't he go to the Knicks and then...
No,
but he didn't help them at all. I think that's what people are saying. Like he went to a team and didn't help them. Like what?
He didn't care at that time. He was rich. He was old. He was chilling. He's like, I ain't no money.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he didn't care at that point.
That's crazy.
That is a fact.
This season was really interesting.
Definitely. But like, I have hope for the Knicks. The Knicks can definitely step it up.
The Celtics. Yes, I remember. I remember watching the game back in the day when it was the old Celtics team, the really old Celtics team.
Which one with Larry Bird?
No.
With Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce, the other tall guy, Kevin Garnett,
Antoine Walker,
Rajon Rondo, the other guy who shot mad threes.
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen, but then they said now Steph Curry passed him.
Yeah, he passed him.
That's cool.
He passed him and Reggie Miller.
That's a fact. I'm telling you, changing the game.
Yeah.
It's about. So like I said, guys, teamwork makes the dream work.
That's
no
right.
one person can win.
Nope.
You know, like learn from LeBron. You know what I'm saying? If LeBron stays with Cavaliers, I'm with that. But I wouldn't be surprised if he joins Golden State Warriors, to be honest with you.
I think as an individual player, LeBron's a great player.
Yes.
But he's always going to be in the shadow of Jordan and Kobe because that's who people are going to always compare him to.
Yeah.
But I guess because that's the highest peak of the game according to their standards. But I think LeBron did great in regards to numbers, in regards to the teams that he played with and the people that he played around him.
Yeah.
J.R. Smith caused them to get swept.
Oh gosh.
So hold this
that
L, J.R.
first game.
Congratulations, you played yourself. Almost high and drunk.
So that's a fact.
It is what it is, you know.
Well, like I said, Warriors beat Kings. You heard?
Yeah, congrats to
Warriors
them.
beat Kings. You know, my man Steph Curry. Steph Curry's the MVP. You heard?
Yes. Steph Curry with the shot.
Ooh, just got that. I got you now. So y'all know some stuff. I told when I need to. You heard?
Yeah. Because there was a group of people and they beat the one.
Yes, sir.
There's a king of all kings named Jesus Christ.
Come on.
Amen. Yes, preach it now.
That's a fact.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
That's a fact.
So a lot of people are still talking about this royal wedding thing, and I guess people were saying from the palace, from Wakanda to the palace, and blah blah, and this and that.
Yeah.
I think as a people, especially a people of color, I think we're making a lot of strides in regards to our social status and our economical status.
Yes.
Shout out to Jay Morrison that just started that crowdfunding real estate program.
Yeah.
I think as a people, especially young people coming up, like I always tell young people coming up, like the other day, right? Same thing. When I was out in Connecticut, I was talking to these kids, and they was talking about basically clout chasing, and I was like, "What you mean?" It was like, "Oh, depending on what shoes you have, or what type of designer belt you have, or what type of clothes you wear, and you have clout." I said, "Clout." I said, "What does clout mean?" They were like, "Oh, clout is this, clout is that." I said, "Yo, when I was a kid and I was in high school, junior high school, in high school, like I used to have like 1 or 2 pairs of sneakers to last me the whole year, and it wasn't until I started getting my own money, you know, we had to do what we had to do to get fly. That's when I started to get money. But at that time, like I was a regular dude, and what's funny is a lot of kids from junior high school and high school who had quote unquote popularity or clout, they fell off, and I was like, I'd rather be up in my 30s, 35, 40s, and keep going up than be up when I'm 12, 13, 14, 15 because of my parents, and I fall off a little later on in life. Like the other day I was working and I bumped into a kid I went to junior high school with, and he was like, "Yo, I see you doing your thing right now." I said, "Good luck to them." Yo, like, that's crazy. He said, "Yo, I gotta keep in touch with you because, yo, I'm surprised, like, yo, you doing so much." I said, "Yeah, man, like I had to get up on my job, like do what I gotta do, cause." And he was like, "Yeah, man, I gotta do the same thing." And he told me, like, "Yo, back in the days, I was a knucklehead, but ironically, right now, I'm studying criminal justice because I like it." And I said, "Yeah," and they pay, like, you know. He's like, "Yeah, but it's not just that they pay; it's that I like it." And he said, "Yeah, I'm trying to get my life together. I'm trying to go back to school, this and that." And he was like, "Yeah, man, but that's you doing your thing. Like, I draw inspiration from that." And that's a kid that used to be popular back in junior high, and now he looking up to me now. In almost our 30s, like 15 years later. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's about, life is not a race, it's a marathon.
Yeah.
It depends on like how long you in it. Like you gotta be in it for the long run. So a lot of different things happen in the marathon. Sometimes you get dehydrated, sometimes you catch sprains, sometimes you sprain your ankles. Things can happen, you can fall, you gotta get back up and keep running because it's about how you finish, not about how you started.
Yeah, that's right. Can we talk about the guys who like are not motivated to do their thing and not motivated to like pursue their purpose and just be ambitious? I don't know. I feel like there's like, although you are an example, I just feel like there are not a lot of men out there who are about their grind, who are about their business. So what?
First, let's go to the comments. Is there any new comments?
Marcia Lewis says hello.
What's up, Marcia? And that's it?
Mm-hmm, that's it.
All right, so Judith, you go, because from your point of view, when you see these lazy dudes, what do you think make them lazy? Go ahead.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know if it's laziness or I just feel like it's reluctance. Like they feel like, oh, they have time. Like they have time to get it together, or there's no rush, so I can take my time. Whereas like
time is a measurement that no man can control, even with a watch.
Well, tell that to them. Like it seems like sometimes they do say that like girls mature faster than boys, but then it's like when you see someone who's about your age, but you're a bit like past them in certain areas of your life, it's just like, you know, what were you and I doing differently? Like, is it really because of our gender? Like, is it because of our families? Like, so it's just like, but I see it mostly in the guys, and I don't know why. It's just a phenomenon that I just see all around.
I think it's all about who you surround yourself with, and how you was raised, and it's all about who you surround yourself with. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know, if you surround yourself around chickens, you're gonna be a chicken. If you surround yourself around eagles, you're gonna be an eagle. And like I said, you know, people can change unless they want to be changed. Like for example, I remember this. Like I know we all, you know, Ricard, yourself, myself, we want everybody to win. But the sad reality is not everybody wants to win. And I'm going to give an example. So I'm very good friends with a good friend of mine. He's very ambitious. My man Gary McCullum, who owns T&G Restaurant. His wife is a broker.
Shout out to Gary.
You know,
Got the best pasta
and they're pretty ambitious. And they bang with me heavy. They bang with Ricard heavy and everything. They like how we move, and they want to do some things with us. You know, I ain't snitching, but the thing is that you know, like I said, you know, when you're around ambitious people, you know, you ambitious people who are business getting it want to be around you too. You feel me? They like, you know, they see you're not negative, you're not trying to steal, you're not trying to rob from them. They like, yo, I'm with it. So he said, yo, Sanders, I need you to help me. I help him a lot because, you know, we all need support. And he looks out too. So he said, yo, Sanders, I need a driver. I need drivers. So 3 people got back to me. Actually, 5 people got back to me. They came to him. They never came back. Only 2 people got the job. I asked him what happened. Oh, bro, I'm not interested. Not everybody wants it. You can tell a person right now, listen, I got a plug for you right now where legally you can make $20,000. But you got to do this. You got to boom 3 rules. They're not going to want to do it. At the end of the day, it's about how they was raised, about their mindsets.
That's laziness, because it's like I'm not. But you need a job. I know you need a job. You've been talking about that you need a job, and now an opportunity is right in front of you, and now you're no longer interested. It's either they're afraid of work, they're afraid of hard work.
They're afraid to shine.
No,
No. They're afraid to listen. They're afraid to shine. Let me tell you something. Listen, they're afraid to shine. Because at the end of the day, like right now we have plugs where people can get security jobs and stuff like that. And you know, Ricard got resources in regards to helping people, you know, with his job and everything like that. There are people out there, unfortunately, you may want the best for them, you may want them to prosper, but they just don't want it. Like, I'm gonna give an example. Like I had a friend of mine that I grew up with. And he was heavy into crime. And I used to tell him, because he was hot, I used to tell him, yo, bro, the way you move it, you need to relax. You need to chill out, you know? Do this, do that. This guy violated, like he raped this drug dealer's mom and his sister, and he committed suicide. You understand? You could put people on. You could tell your bro, relax, I got you. You don't need to be doing it. You don't need to be doing that. At the end of the day, it's their mindset. You see what I'm saying? They gotta want it for themselves. There are people out there that just don't want to win. And that's the sad reality. You know what I'm saying? And it could be also the Willie Lynch mindset too. You feel what I'm saying? Because we can't say all black people, you see what I'm saying, don't want to win, because there are black people out there that want to come together, that want to come together, that want to build each other, that want to support each other, and that want to make great things happen. They're out there, but they're those, they just don't want to win.
Okay, so are we talking about? So it seems like you were talking in general about people, but I was talking mostly about guys.
No, guys.
Oh, okay. Guys, and of course they're all women, I know, but it just seems like it greater number, like the people around me. Like just randomly, I was getting in an African store getting my braids done, and I was sitting next to a woman. And we got to talking, found out she was a lawyer, she was 38 years old, never been married. And I'm just like, really? Yeah. And it's just like, yeah. And I'm just like, that. And then so she's giving me advice. She's like, you know, the time to start thinking and looking for, thinking about marriage is now, while you're in your 20s. While you're in your 20s. Don't wait until you're 30 and you know, already scrambling with there's no one left, and then that's when you're looking. And I'm just like, yo, it's hard even now in my 20s. Like, it's seriously hard because they're there. It's tough.
They're there. You got some good looking men out there, man, who's about their business, who love God, who like Ricardo, like myself. They're there. Trust me.
Yeah.
If I could chime in,
they're there. You're gonna get yours.
I think
I'm not worried about that. I'm just like, it's just a lot of women who are just.
That's a fact. I think we need to have like a single mixer. We need to
single. That's the thing. Only women come. Only the women will come. It's gonna be majority women. The ratio is not gonna be equal.
Listen. We're gonna make a shot. I want all my kings. Listen, you professional. You know you need to connect with. You need to connect yourself with Jeff Lindor.
Who's that?
Because Jeff Lindor, he started the Haitian American Caucus. He has something called the Gentleman Club. It's not too far from, I'll tell you where his spot is right now. His spot is right by, okay, you see where, I'm going to tell you right now. You see where the park is?
The park?
I'm going to tell you, by Granary Plaza.
Okay.
But it's heading towards Flatbush.
Prospect Park.
Prospect Park.
Okay.
Flatbush. That spot, you see, okay, remember when you went to Edna's party?
I didn't go to Edna's party. No.
Okay, so it's right by the station by
Prospect Park.
Prospect Park.
Okay.
But the Flatbush side.
The B and the Q train?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, okay.
Amazing. Perfect. You got it. So the thing is that what he does is he has a lot of professional friends, you know, that are Christian, good-looking men, well-mannered, looking fresh, got their masters. Link up with him. I'm telling you, to have a singles mixer. Because let me tell you something. There's a lot of good guys looking fresh, looking good, love the Lord. They're not crazy. You understand? They're not loony, and they're just official.
All right, Jeff Lindor, if you are watching, I'm gonna reach out to you very soon.
Yeah, it's official.
I'm gonna get your contact from Sanders. Okay.
Definitely, you could go check out the Gentleman's Factory. It's official. There's a lot of good-looking, well-mannered men. You know what I'm saying? They're not Adventists, but they're Christian.
They don't, and that's another thing too. Yeah. They don't have to be Adventist because that's not. There's a difference between being Adventist and being Christian.
There's a difference.
There is a big difference. We were at convention in January, and there was a woman in one of the seminars. She came with her non-SDA husband. There was another couple in the same seminar. They were like, "Oh, you don't have to worry because." My husband, he wasn't SDA when I met him.
Yep.
I was like, wow. So it's like she was trying to encourage the other couple, like, oh, don't even worry about your husband. Like, my husband wasn't SDA, and now look at him. You know, so it's just like, for me, the religion thing it's not an issue as long as they're Christian. Because you know how many SDA guys are not Christians, that they don't have Christ in them, and how they are in their families. I don't want SDA in name. I don't want the SDA just for the title. No, I want him to be a true Christian.
You're not converted. You know, I was telling somebody this. I said, you know, there are two things that, because, you know, a couple of the guys in my block said, yo, you make this Christian thing seem so easy. I'm like, it's not easy. I said, it's not easy, but it's not hard. It's about submitting to the Father's will. I said, all God asks you is simple this. You love Him. You love Him privately and publicly. You follow me? And also, too, you treat others how you would want yourself to be treated, and you help people, and that's it.
That's right.
And I'm like, bro, that's it. I'm like, yeah, that's it, bro. That's it.
Like, that's it? That's it.
You know what I'm saying? You love God privately. You love God publicly. You know what I'm saying? You read your word. You know what I'm saying? You consecrate yourself. You treat others how you want to be treated. and you help others.
I think Ricardo, you had wanted to say something.
Yeah, I had a couple friends like that basically went through. I call it a second childhood, where like they're adult in stature and physically, but mentally they're still a child. And a lot of times those kids, sometimes they're like single. They're like the only child, and they were spoiled growing up, and they expect everything from their mother. Some of them didn't grow up without a father, and therefore like that male development never came about within them. So like I had a friend who told me that the other day. He was like, yo, one day I went out with my dad and we was drinking, and I was like, yo, you messed up my life. And then I said, what you mean? Because I just told him that. I was like, yo, you messed up my life. And then I told him, if it wasn't for you leaving, I probably would have made something of myself, but because you left and you gave up on me, I gave up on life. And then he was like, that's the reason why I'm at that place where I'm at now. Ironically, he's with a girl and she's in law school. So it's like the women are outperforming men at a huge ratio.
It's a fact.
And men, sometimes we as men gotta humble ourselves, because we feel like because we're a man and we got all this bravado and this masculinity that's oozing out of our armpits. We the man, we beat up on our chest, but at the same time, we gotta humble ourselves. Like I had a friend, like he used to always be, I guess, behind me. He felt like he was always in my shadow, but like he would always try to be the boss, but he didn't understand like the sacrifice I made, the risk I took, the stuff that I had to do to get to the position where I was, like legally and illegally in church, outside of church. But he always wanted that position because he got to sit in the passenger seat and look over at the driver's seat and like, damn, it probably feels good sitting in that driver's seat. But then he never did the things that he wanted. He had to do to get into that driver's seat, and then he would try to cut corners, or try to do it so fast. Like it's like. And then he had got locked up for a while. When he came home, he kept trying to tell me about things that I was doing 2-3 years ago when he was locked up. It's almost like he was trying to catch up, but then I was trying to put him on. And he was like, nah, man, you always think that you know everything. But
that ego.
But I get that a lot from people where they feel like, oh, I always know everything, or I think I'm perfect, or I think I know everything. Or
that's not the case.
It's not the case. It's just that like through my many mistakes, I've been able to gain knowledge, and I'm like, yo, like I understand this. I'm just trying to put you on, but not everybody's gonna listen. You know,
it's a fact. Cause you know what's crazy, bro? Because you ask questions, bro. You know, dealing with you ask questions.
And you read a lot.
But you ask questions. You know, talking to you on a personal level. Yo, bro, how do you do this? How do you do that? Oh, how can I get connected to this? Like I said, man, at the end of the day, it is what it is. And people, unfortunately, they got the Willie Lynch syndrome. That's the problem. You know?
But I think what you were saying earlier about the psychology, the male development, that is very true. Like a lot of people are adults. Children walking in adult bodies because of something, a lack of development or something that happened in their childhood, some emotional dysfunction that stagnated them. And so going back to the mental health thing, this is where we need to seek out therapy and really get those things healed and really get those things sorted out, because we cannot have women, you know, doing all of this, going about killing everything, you know, like running the world, and then our men are just, you know, stuck.
There's a book called Repairing My Inner Child. It was one of the books that my psychiatrist referred to me to read it. That book helped me a lot. I remember after I finished reading it, I gave it to my older sister. That book helped me a lot. It basically explains certain relationships. Like, say for example, it's a child and his mom, and because his father left the house, the mother and son created an incestual relationship. Not a sexual one, but in a way that instead of the mother loving the father, she loves the son, and therefore she feels like she doesn't need a man. She's got to take care of her house and her son, and she raised her son. Now the son looks to the mom, but he has no man to look up to. He's always been taken care of by a woman, so therefore that causes him to be dismasculine. Same thing with you could do it in the reverse too with a girl and a father, and it will say like, say for example, you've been hurt as a child. Sometimes it affects your relationship with other people. Like how when we was talking about earlier, how some people they were betrayed by people before, so then it caused them to have trust issues when growing up.
Right.
And it's almost like they cower as a kid. And outside, you see them dressed in a nice suit, all nice, they have good jobs, but when it comes into the interpersonal relationship or interpersonal level, they don't know how to behave in certain situations. So they act out as a child. They throw tantrums, they argue with you over nonsense, they don't know how to express themselves. Some people are passive aggressive where they either don't talk about how they feel and they just act like they got an attitude. And in situations, they'll rather hurt themselves instead of talking to you just to keep that pride and that ego.
It's a fact.
And they just do a lot of things, like passive aggressiveness is a big one in regards to people that has broken inner child. They don't know how to express themselves.
I was just saying with that individual, then when they see you chilling with other people, they're like, "What's up with that?" And you like, "Yo, what you mean?" Like you gotta build a relationship. Like I said, just because this person did you dirty doesn't mean that this person is gonna do you dirty. You know why hold out on your blessing? Because that one individual. You know you gotta, like I said. People will always reveal themselves to you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's either through success or through failure. But people will show you who they are. So I understand exactly where you're coming from with that, brother.
Yeah.
Let's keep track of time. What time?
Right now we got 8:29, bro.
Okay, good. So we almost at the end.
Yeah, facts.
So like I always tell people, going to therapy is not scary. It's not something to look down upon. I put myself out there. Like after the car accident, I suffered from post-traumatic stress and from depression, and I had to go to therapy. And even when I preach about a lot of deep things, and that's therapy for me, knowing that there's a lot of people that's going through this similar situation.
That's a fact.
And like, whether I like it or not, there's people that do look up to me, and if these people looking up to me, like, oh, look at Ricard, he's quote unquote successful. If I could talk about my downfalls and my issues and my I guess the holes in my armor and be vulnerable to the public in order for me to walk with them, similar to how Christ walked with the Gentiles, not only the Jews, then I'll do so. You know? Because sometimes people see you from a distance and they think everything is perfect.
Nah, nothing is perfect. It's a fight to make it, you know?
That's right.
It's all about progressing.
Yeah, so if you have the means, if you have the ability to seek out therapists, that I would definitely go to counseling. I know like if you're in school, they offer that for free for college students. Like they have like counseling centers on campus. Like just really seek it out. There's so much happening. A lot of jobs happen too. Just seek it out because there's just so much going on in the world right now. Like a lot of crazy things happening. You need to be sane. Your mind needs to be sane. You know? Yeah.
It's a fact.
Is that a comment or not?
A comment. It's just that my cousin just gave us the emoji with the yellow face with the love.
Which cousin that?
Marie, come on.
Shout out to Marie, come on.
Yes. We still going on for till 9 o'clock, right?
No, it's 7:30. That's how I So closing thoughts.
I'm just making sure.
So closing thoughts, guys.
I'm sure the people would love to watch until 9, but
that's a fact. Well, first and foremost, we want to thank everybody who's been watching us, who've been supporting us tremendously. We thank you for the support. We will continue to inspire you. We have a lot of big things coming up, so we're gonna let you guys know as soon things start. It's moving. Yep.
Bless.
Don't forget, this weekend is Franco-Haitian Youth Federation Rally Day. June 15th, Friday is going to be at Bethany, and Saturday is going to be in Queens, and then in the afternoon is going to be Church of Laugh. Shout out to Sonny, my brother, whose birthday is this week, Wednesday.
Congratulations on the graduation.
And it was great being on here tonight.
And I'm just blessed, shout out to everyone that's been supporting. Shout out to everybody that's been, just showing love for the show. Shout out to everybody that show love to us. Like I said, like when I travel, people, you might think it costs a lot. Sometimes you catch a deal and just travel, go somewhere new where things look different. I remember, to me, traveling was going to Manhattan sometimes, or traveling would be going to the beach. But now I get to go to different countries, and I thank God for my wife that made me get my passport, and now I'm able to travel.
Get yourself a wife, you heard?
And Belize was so beautiful. And
Get yourself
and when
a
you,
wife.
And when you go to those places, like
Beautiful.
it changes your life and changes changes the way you look at the world and the way you see people. Because people around the world is very different from people in America. I can tell you that. And the world is a beautiful, beautiful place. Like I would wake up, it'd be lizards in my room, and then I would just laugh at the lizards. Like it would be a toad outside the door to my bedroom, and I would just be playing with the toad. Like it'd be like little critters and animals jumping out the bushes, and it's like,
wow.
You know, when you live in New York and you see an animal in your crib, you start screaming like ah. But like over there, it's like nature is beautiful. It's a different kind of love, a different kind of beauty in your eyes. And you just learn to appreciate the world better. Like when you see people climb into the trees and get food from there, climb and get mangoes, climb and get coconut, or climb and get different things, you know, you just see the world different. Like the simple things are so beautiful sometimes. And I just want to thank God for creating all of this, you know, in just 6 days. So
that's nice.
That's all I got for you tonight, guys. So Sandy's close out with a prayer.
Father, we thank you once more again for what you're doing through us. We pray that you may continue to keep us in your presence and your love. In Jesus' name we do pray. Amen.
Amen.
Good night, beautiful people. We see you.
Good night, beautiful.